Hey, what's happening, folks? Welcome back. Right now, as I'm sure you're very well aware, there is a bit of an incident going on in Los Angeles. The fires are awful. There's really no other way to put it. But the LA Fire Department is on the case. A lot of brave men and women are putting their lives on the line to protect people's homes and their lives. The problem is their support structure fucking sucks. Right? It sucks great big donkey balls. How do we know this? Because LA Fire Department Assistant Chief Kristine Larson, I think that was her name. Um, yeah, Kristine Larson. She uh she took some time out of her what has to be a busy schedule um to take some time during a commercial break during 911, the Fox show 911. Now, this show revolves around the LA Fire Department. So being involved in it to some degree, there being something during the commercial, not completely unreasonable. Not completely unreasonable. If it had been 2 months ago, a month ago, even 2 weeks ago, it would have made perfect sense. But what got on there was, awful. Let's break it down because there's a couple of points I want to talk about here. Let's start with this one.
You want to see somebody that responds to your house, your emergency, whether it's a medical call or a fire call, that looks like you. It gives that person a little bit more ease, knowing that somebody might understand their situation better.
Oh, dear sweet merciful Jesus. Oh, dear Lord. When your house is on fire, nobody gives a shit what the fire department, what the firefighter who shows up looks like. Nobody cares. Nobody. Right? No one gives a shit. Right? If my house is on fire, if my family is at risk, I don't give a shit if it's a purple dude with a penis growing out of his freaking forehead. If he shows up with a truck and water and other people who can help put out the fire, I'm good. He doesn't need to look like me. Not at all. And let's be perfectly honest. Larson is a black woman. She's a lesbian, but a black woman. Blacks account for roughly like 9% of the population in LA, which means if you're really worried about the firefighters looking like the people they're helping, only about 9% of the department should be black. That's really not the way it's really looking. It should be about 48% Hispanic. But DEI really doesn't care about that just so long as there aren't white people involved. And let's be perfectly honest here. Speaking of white people, as a white man, if I were to tell anybody, hey, look, I'm really more comfortable with my house being protected by someone who looks like me, they're going to call me a fucking racist. And you know why? It's because it's kind of fucking racist. I know. When you think the person who helps you has to look like you and you're uncomfortable with anyone who doesn't look like you, this is called racism, right? And before any one of the comments tries to pull the whole racism is prejudice plus power and minorities, they don't have any power. Shut the fuck up. All right. White people are 25% of goddamn LA. Right. It's 25, 26% last time I looked. They're kind of the minority there, which means the quote unquote minorities make up about 75% of the electorate, meaning they kind of have the power. Right. And besides, it doesn't require power to be a racist piece of shit. Trust me, I live in Georgia. I've known a few racist pieces of shit and they have no power whatsoever. So, you can just step off with that bullshit. But then it gets better, guys. It gets better because Larson then answers the question of, well, can you carry me out of a fire? Can you carry my husband out of a fire? And this is what she has to say.
Is she strong enough to do this? Or you couldn't carry my husband out of a fire, which my response is, he got himself in the wrong place if I have to carry him out of a fire.
I knew what was coming. I saw it coming. I told you, I hinted at what was coming, and I still want to pound my face with my fist over that level of stupid. Holy shit. Is it just me, or does this sound an awful lot like, if she hadn't been wearing that skirt in that part of town, that sexual assault would never have fucking happened. What the hell? I thought victim blaming was out. I thought we got rid of that shit. I thought it was done. I literally thought we were done blaming people for being victims. Now, I'm not saying under no circumstances can somebody be in a bad position because of their own actions. But of all of the things that you could sort of try to say that about, someone trapped in a fire, overcome with smoke, did not necessarily deserve where they're at, which is damn sure what Larson's implying. And keep in mind, folks, this wasn't, some off the cuff quip that, she made in front of the press that, she was kind of worked up, she was stressed, all that. No, no, no. This is something that was professionally made. Someone looked at and went, sure, this is where we want to go. And then put it on Fox television. They put it on Fox. It was a commercial break for a primetime TV show. Holy shitballs. There is not enough alcohol in the world to make this shit tolerable. It doesn't exist. All this right here, I could drink every bit of it, every freaking drop. And if I drank all of that right now, it would probably kill me with alcohol poisoning. And it would still infuriate me right up until my heart stopped. Right? This is asinine. All right. And the kicker is what Larson's in charge of. That's right. She is the assistant chief in charge of the DEI initiatives. The DEI hire or the DEI promotion. I don't know why she was hired, but she got where she is because likely DEI, who believes in DEI because she has benefited from that system, is now going to sit here and say, oh, well, yeah, I can't actually do all the aspects of my job, but if you need me to actually do my job, it's really on you. It's kind of your fault. Imagine if a cop said, no, we're not going to arrest this guy who just raped you, because you kind of put yourself in that position. Look, victim blaming with sexual assault was a very, very real thing. It happened for a lot of years and it never should have. It was the dumbest argument. The idea that anybody is asking to be assaulted, anyone is asking for that kind of terror to be brought upon them. The idea that something like being trapped in a fire, needing to be rescued from a fire, well, you shouldn't have put yourself in that position, especially now. Especially now. Like I said, this would have been bad enough a month ago, 2 weeks ago. It would have been bad enough. It would have been awful. But now we have people who are minding their own business and watching their homes be destroyed. Right? James Wood watched his home basically be destroyed via security cameras. Right? And we just know about him because he's famous. He's he's somebody people are talking to. And at the end of the day, what he experienced is not unusual, right? A lot of people saw that. I saw a video of someone inside their home, flames all around the outside. Them and their dog are inside the house. I pray to God they got out, but they may not have been able to, right? They may not have. They may have gotten caught there because the fire moved too quick or something. I don't know. But this woman will tell you that if you need her to rescue you, if you lose consciousness, well, you shouldn't have put yourself in that position. Y'all in Los Angeles, this is the shit you've been paying for. This is where your tax dollars at fucking work, right? Want to know why I have a problem with DEI? Because it prioritizes bullshit like this over people who can actually do the fucking job. Okay? There is no, there are women who can lift a grown man and carry him, right? The bigger the guy, the harder it's going to be to find anybody that can lift and carry. All right. My fat ass, I don't eat. A lot of the really fit guys are going to have a problem picking me up and rescuing me. All right. But there should be a standard. In fact, as I understand it, when you take firefighter training, you actually have to move a weighted body around the average weight for an adult man. That means the answer to that question should have been, hell yeah, I can pick him up and carry him. I would even have accepted, yeah, I could in my prime, but now I'm assistant fire chief and I don't have to actually train for that. But all of our other firefighters can. Totally would have gotten that too. Hey, you get to a certain point, you let yourself go a little bit. But no. Just remember, if you're going to burn in a fire, it's your own damn fault. That's the takeaway. I'm going to go get shit-faced because it's the only thing that's going to make this day even a little bit more tolerable after this level of bullshit. But on that note, you all have a great day. You stay safe. And for God's sake, don't let any DEI firefighters tell you it's your fault that you're going to die.